All right. What's going on, everybody? Got some early joiners in. We're going to give it a minute here and allow people some time to join in the game. That gives me time to get the Facebook feed going on my iPad here, so I'll be able to see the comments once I go full screen with the presentation. Ending our weekend here. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend. Got all your holiday shopping done, but there's always a few procrastinators, or I think we're all waiting on the Amazon guy to show up, or the UPS guy, whichever. That's who we're waiting on right now. I don't think too many people have been going out and shopping this holiday season. At least I hope not. I haven't gone out to a mall at Christmas time in forever. I will do some local easy shopping in non-pandemic years. Mostly my stuff is all online these days. So hopefully you guys got all your holiday shopping done. And now you can sit back and relax and play some trivia with your old pal Greg tonight. So let's get going. Let's get the game going tonight. We'll start with our little rules. And those of you who've played many, many times before, which most, if not all of you have, you've heard this spiel before. So this is your time where you can go make a sandwich or let the dogs out, let the kids out, let the dogs back in, whatever you need to do. We'll meet you back here in a couple minutes. Let me get our fantastic PowerPoint presentation going tonight. Here we go. Let's do our rules. Here's how we play the game. Our trivia nights at home. Play at home trivia nights. Sorry, can't even get the brand name right. We're going to play 5 rounds of pub style trivia tonight. First round is a picture round, followed by 3 specific categories and a round of general trivia. We got a fun picture round tonight. Each round is made up of 5 questions worth 1 point each, and then there's a bonus question that's worth 2 points. Those bonus questions tend to be a little bit harder. That's why they're worth twice as many points. So there's going to be 30 questions asked of you this fine December evening. The game takes about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes to play, depending on how sidetracked we get, how many rants I go on between now and the end of the game. I'm going to read you the questions. They're also going to show up on the screen, and there'll be a picture clue for all of our questions. You're going to write down your answers on your score sheets at home. Please, this is important. Do not put any answers in the comment section on whatever platform you're joining us on tonight. I posted in the comments the official Play at Home Trivia Nights score sheet. You can click on that to get to the PDF. That PDF is also pinned to the top of the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook page, which hopefully you all already like. So you can print out that score sheet and use that if you'd like. You don't have to. You can just use any piece of scratch paper you got lying around the house. Just make sure you have enough room for 30 questions, and you group your answers together by round. So I'm going to read you the questions. You're writing them down on your score sheets, not putting them in the comment section. I will then repeat the round for you, so you'll get to see all 6 questions, and I will immediately repeat the round for you again. Then I'll give you a couple of moments to finalize your answers before I reveal the correct ones to you, where then you will score your own score sheets there in the comfort of your own homes. So please, we're playing on the honor system. There's no cheating of any kind. Please don't change answers, look up answers on the Google machine. Don't fill in the blanks. We're just playing for fun. We're here to spend a little bit of an hour of our nights together, exercising our brains, kind of sort of being social when we can't really be social like we want to be. So please, no cheating. That's not necessary. At the end of the fifth and final round, you are then going to add up the scores from all 5 of your rounds. Put your final score nice and big on your score sheets. Take a picture of said score sheet with your smartphone and then send that to me via Facebook Messenger. If you're playing on Periscope, you can slide that picture into my DMs on Twitter. As far as I know, YouTube does not allow you to post pictures in the comments. So you can either just put your number score down in the comments over on YouTube, or if you have Facebook or Twitter access, go ahead and send it to me that way. As always, finally, you are allowed to double your score for one of any of the 5 rounds tonight. And you simply do that by circling your group of answers before the correct answers are read to you. So say round number 2 tonight, you think you got all 6 questions right. You're confident. You know you did well. Go ahead and put a big circle around that entire round before I read you the answers. When we play the in-person game, Tuesday nights at Firewater Saloon in Edison Park and Wednesday night at the Firewater Saloon in Mount Greenwood. Hopefully we'll be returning there soon. When we do that, when we play those games in person, you have to turn in your score sheets at the end of the question portion of every round. So you don't have your score sheets with you when the answers are read. So you have to circle your double score option before you turn in your score sheet for that particular round. So it's a little bit of a gamble. You don't have the luxury of hearing the answers with your score sheet in front of you like we do here. So I just ask, in the spirit of the game, you circle that round you want to double before hearing the answers. Please don't wait until after the answers of a round are read and you go, oh my God, I got all those questions right, I'm going to double that one. Or don't wait to the end of the night and then just pick the round you got the most correct answers on and double that. That's considered cheating, and that's no fun. You don't want to be cheating. This close to Christmas, you'll get coal in your stocking. So the biggest 3 infractions you can commit during the course of tonight's play at home trivia game is putting your answers in the comment section, cheating of any kind, looking up answers, changing answers, that sort of naughtiness, and doubling your score after you've heard the answers for that round. Other than that, we're going to have a good night tonight. We've got some fun categories for you. Let's take a peek at our categories tonight. Our picture round is famous facial hair. I did this before in the live games. I don't think I've done this on the online version. You're going to see 5 pictures, close-up pictures of some famous beards and mustaches. You got to identify who the gentleman is with the famous facial hair, and then in the answer round, I will reveal who they are. So you got to identify 5 different dudes just by their mustaches and or beards. Round number 2 is dynamic duos. That's a round on famous pairs. All different types of fields right there. Snow movies is round number 3. We're talking all about movies that either took place in the snow. Snow was very important, or maybe not so important, but there was snow in the movie. So we'll talk about different movies that had snow in it, one way or the other. And round number 4 is another fun round, a little bit of a brain teaser round, before and after. This is similar to a category you see on Wheel of Fortune, and Jeopardy does these types of things as well. You'll get 2 clues, and the 2 clues are going to form one answer with one word from both answers, linking them together, if that makes any sense to you. So there'll be 2 clues, so you have 2 names of one thing, and then the last word of the one answer will be the first word of the second answer, and then I'll combine them for one answer. I have an example of it for the round, so don't worry if in case you're completely confused. There's an example question before we get going to that round. And then we'll end the night with general trivia. That's where I just ask you 6 completely random questions on any kind of topic, and then you got to come up with the answers. There will be some multiple choice and true false questions in the dynamic duos and snow movies rounds to kind of help you out. No multiple choice in before or after, or in the general trivia. General trivia is the last round of the night, so we kind of use that to kind of get our winners and losers separated a little bit. So there's no multiple choice there. You either know it or you don't. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about what round you want to double tonight. And finally, as always, scrolling on the bottom, that's where you'll find my PayPal and Venmo information. If you're feeling generous during this holiday season and you'd like to send a tip as a little token of appreciation for the work that's put into putting these games together 4 nights a week, that would be just lovely. Tipping is not required to play, but I sure am grateful for each and every one of those that come through on a game night. Both of my main sources of income are on hiatus. I cannot host trivia in large groups of people at those mythical places called bars and taverns, and there are currently no hockey games to go cover and get paid for. There's no scouting assignments to go on right now, so tipping is really cool. So if you can do that, that'd be great. If not, we're still cool. You can go head over to the hockeywriters.com, my author page that's scrolling at the bottom there, and just start clicking away there. There's over 600 different hockey articles for you to read that I've done with that website. I do the daily Today in Hockey History column, and you never know when something from one of those columns is going to appear as in the form of a question. So you may be getting some free trivia points. Plus, every click I get, more money they send me at the end of the month. So that's another way to help out. Hopefully, you guys are doing that and enjoying what you're reading over there at thehockeywriters.com. So let's get started with our picture round. Famous facial hair. I'm going to show you pictures of some mustaches and beards up close. You got to tell me who they belong to, okay? Simple, simple, simple. Let's start with some famous facial hair. Number one, whose mustache is that? This is definitely a guy that back in the day asked if anybody wanted a mustache ride. I can guarantee you those words came out of this guy's mouth. Whose famous, glorious mustache is this? Famous facial hair number one. Whose mustache is this? All right. Let's move on to number two for you. There we go. This is the softball of the round. Every round I try and give one question or picture that's pretty much a guaranteed right answer for you. And this is the one for this round. All right, number three. That one was pretty easy. Let's see how you guys do with number three. Famous facial hair number three. Doesn't look happy, but he's got quite the nose decoration going. Whose famous mustache is that? All right, number four. Famous facial hair number four. Who's this gentleman right here? This is our fourth famous mustachioed gentleman. And number 5, our final picture clue. Who's this whack job right here? This guy is goofy and spooky, all wrapped up in the one. It's not even the weirdest form of his mustache. And the bonus question for 2 points. What is the ironic name of the drummer of ZZ Top, the only member of the band without a giant beard? For 2 points, what is the ironic name of the drummer for ZZ Top, the only member of the band without a beard? What is the name of the drummer of ZZ Top? That is our 2-point bonus question. All right, let's repeat these picture clues for you real quick. There's number 1 for you again. We'll go through these quickly. Here comes number 2. And we have number 3 a second time for you. And number 4. Number 5 one last time for you. And then we have the bonus question. There it is. For 2 points, what is the ironic name of the drummer of ZZ Top, the only member of the band without the gigantic beard? All right, I'm going to give you a moment to finalize those answers. If you think you did really well in this round, you know your famous mustaches and beards, you're a big ZZ Top guy or gal, and you want to double your points for this round, now is the time you put that circle around your answers. Otherwise, you've got 4 more chances to use that double score option. Dynamic duos, snow movies, before and after, and our general trivia round. Selecting the right round double could pay off, or it could hurt you on our big leaderboard at the end of the night. All right, let's do our answers for our famous facial hair round, shall we? I think we shall. Here is number 1, famous facial hair close-up. But when we pull back, we see that that is one of the most famous mustaches of all time. Tom Selleck. Tom Selleck is number 1. Number 2, I think we all got this one. Everybody knows this guy. That, of course, is the Colonel, Colonel Sanders. Thank you, Colonel Sanders, for all your chicken and your good facial hair. All right, number 3. If you're here with us in Chicago, you should know this mustache. That is Joel Quenneville. Joe Quenneville. Or if you're playing in South Florida, you recognize that mustache. Joe Quenneville. Coach Q is number 3. Number 4. I wonder if any of you guys put down Mike Ditka. If you did, you should be ashamed of yourself, because that's Nick Offerman. That's not Mike Ditka. That is Nick Offerman. Number 5. Did you get this wacky guy? If you're an art fan, you know who this is. This is Salvador Dali. Look at this weirdo. And that's not even the creepiest picture he's ever taken. That's like the non-creepiest picture he's ever taken. He was something else. And the bonus question for 2 points. What is the ironic name of the drummer of ZZ Top? The only member of the band without a beard. His name is Frank Beard. How weird is that? Frank Beard without the beard. Yeah, there it is. Frank, I don't have a beard. I play the drums. I would imagine playing the drums with a big beard like that would be a little difficult. You might get your stick tangled in the whiskers, and then that's bad for everybody. All right, so that wraps up some famous facial hair for you. Let's move on to round number 2, our standard questions and answers. Excuse me. Dynamic duos is our round. We're going to talk about some famous pairs throughout all different types. Real, fictional, real life, all sorts. Let's get right to it. Question number 1, round 2 of 5 tonight. Dynamic duos. Bill Watterson created what comic strip about a boy and his favorite stuffed animal that ran in newspapers from 1985 to 1995? I thought it ran much later than that, to be honest with you. They probably did repeats for years. Bill Watterson created what comic strip about a boy and his favorite stuffed animal that ran in newspapers from 1985 to 1995? Question number 2, Ben & Jerry's ice cream was founded in and is based out of which U.S. state? Is that New Hampshire, Vermont, or Maine? Ben & Jerry's ice cream was founded in and is based out of which U.S. state? Is that New Hampshire, Vermont, or Maine? Where does this yummy goodness come from? It was hard for me to find a picture for this round because the actual little pints of the product says the name of the state that it's from right there above the logo. So it was hard to find something that didn't have that. But where does Ben & Jerry's ice cream originate out of? New Hampshire, Vermont, or Maine? What New England state is home to the best darn ice cream ever? Number 3, true or false? Phineas and Ferb was originally a program on the Cartoon Network. True or false? Phineas and Ferb was an original program on the Cartoon Network. True or false? Phineas and Ferb. If you wanted to watch them, did you tune in to the Cartoon Network, or did you have to go to a different channel? Question number 4. The Glimmer Twins was the nickname for the songwriting duo of which iconic rock band? Was that the Beatles, Aerosmith, or the Rolling Stones? The Glimmer Twins was the nickname for the songwriting duo of which iconic rock band? The Beatles, Aerosmith, or the Rolling Stones? What band had the Glimmer Twins writing their music? Question number 5 for dynamic duos. The Chicago Blackhawks honored which dynamic duo with a pair of statues outside of the United Center? The Chicago Blackhawks honored which dynamic duo with a pair of statues outside of the United Center? And we have a bonus question, as always, for our dynamic duo round. Here we go. For 2 points, what two puppeteers provided the voices of Bert and Ernie? What two puppeteers provided the voices for Bert and Ernie? Perhaps you only know the names of two puppeteers, and you might be right if those are the only two guys you know. Who provided the voices of Bert and Ernie? Looking for the two puppeteers that provided the voices for Bert and Ernie. Is there a more dynamic duo in the history of dynamic duos than these two? Bert and Ernie, like peanut butter and jelly. All right, let's repeat our questions for round number 2, dynamic duos. Question number 1, Bill Watterson created the comic strip about a boy and his favorite stuffed animal that ran in newspapers from 1985 to 1995. What is the name of that comic strip? Question number 2, Ben and Jerry's ice cream was founded in and is based out of which U.S. state? Is that New Hampshire, Vermont, or Maine? Question 3, true or false, Phineas and Ferb was an original program on the Cartoon Network. Phineas and Ferb, Cartoon Network or not? You tell me. Number 4, the Glimmer Twins was the nickname for the songwriting duo of which iconic rock band? The Beatles, Aerosmith, or the Rolling Stones? Number 5, the Chicago Blackhawks honored which dynamic duo with a pair of statues outside of the United Center? And the bonus for 2 points, what two puppeteers provided the voices of Bert and Ernie? Bert and Ernie. Who provided the voices for those little rascals? All right, I'll give you guys a moment or two to finalize those answers. While you do that, there is my email address if you would like to contact me about getting some customized play-at-home trivia. I can either do a presentation, custom made, just the rounds you want, that I can send to you that you could then host in the comfort of your own home or wherever you want to have an event. Those are probably more for down the road. But also, you can book me to come on and join your video conference call, your Zoom chat with your coworkers, your friends or family, whoever. If you'd like to have a trivia night or day via video conference, you can hire me. For $125, I will custom make a round of 5 categories, just like we play here 4 nights a week. You get to pick the categories, whatever you want, and then I will put together about an hour and 15 minutes of trivia to play on your video conference call. So if you got a work event, team building exercises, if you're having a holiday party with your friends or family, or just a little get together with your book club virtually, or whatever it is, if you want to add trivia to that, I'm your guy. Let me know. Also, please make sure you're following me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You get your trivia clues and updates, and also my coverage of the Blackhawks, the NHL, and AHL over at thehockeywriters.com. If you're a big Blackhawks fan, we're doing our new episode of Blackhawks Banter tomorrow night at 7 p.m. That goes through the Hockey Writers Facebook page and YouTube channel. So me and my other Blackhawks writers over at THW will be discussing all things Blackhawks in a live broadcast starting at 7. Those go about 30 or 40 minutes. If you can't catch it live, it will be saved at both spots. So we've got plenty to talk about this week. There will be hockey coming back shortly. All right. So let's do our answers for round 2, dynamic duos. Question number 1, Bill Watterson created what comic strip about a boy and his favorite stuffed animal that ran from 85 to 95? That animal, of course, was a tiger. We're talking about Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin and Hobbes started as an innocent boy with his stuffed tiger in newspapers, and now for some reason he is peeing on logos on the back of people's pickup trucks. I don't know what that's about, but that's what Calvin does nowadays. Question 2, Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream was founded in and is based out of what U.S. state? They are out of Vermont. Vermont produced Ben and Jerry's Ice Cream and the band Fish. Other than that, not a whole lot happening out of Vermont. Number 3, true or false, Phineas and Ferb was an original program on the Cartoon Network. That is false. You had to tune into the Disney Channel to check out that show. Number 4, the Glimmer Twins was the nickname for the songwriting duo of which iconic rock band? Of course, it was John Lennon and Paul McCartney with the Beatles writing the majority of their songs. I don't believe they had a nickname, and if they did, it wasn't the Glimmer Twins. Aerosmith, Joe Perry, Steven Tyler, they were known as the Toxic Twins. So that leaves us with Keith Richards and Mick Jagger of the Rolling Stones. They were known as the Glimmer Twins. The Stones is number 4. Number 5, the Chicago Blackhawks honored which dynamic duo with a pair of statues outside the United Center? We're talking about Bobby Hull and the great Stan Mikita, one of the nicest men I ever met in and out of the sports world. Just a true gentleman. A shame how that all came crashing. And Bobby Hull, who's not the nicest man I've ever met, is going to live forever because that seems how that works out. Hull and Nikita have their statues at the United Center. They're probably going to have to make some room. I would imagine there's going to be some more statues out there in the next decade or so. Bonus question for 2 points. What two puppeteers provided the voices of Bert and Ernie? That would be Jim Henson on Ernie and Frank Oz with Bert. Henson and Oz. Probably the only two puppeteer names you can pull out of the top of your head. And if you were able to do that, you got yourself 2 bonus points. If you only got one of them, you can give yourself 1 point. But you needed both names to get the full 2 points. All right, that concludes round 2 of the dynamic duos. So let's move on to round number 3, snow movies. Thankfully, we haven't had any snow here in Chicago yet. But these are movies that have a lot of snow in them. Snow might not be the main feature of these movies, but they definitely were a part of the movies asked in this round. So let's do it. Round number 3, snow movies. Question number 1. Sylvester Stallone stars as a mountain climber who becomes involved in the heist of a U.S. Treasury plane in what 1993 action movie? Sylvester Stallone stars as a mountain climber who becomes involved in the heist of a U.S. Treasury plane in what 1993 action movie? Right there in the snow, our boy Sly. Not one of his best movies, but far from his worst either. It's had a pretty good cast. John Lithgow, anything with John Lithgow, I'm an immediate fan of. I love him. Michael Rooker was in this because Michael Rooker was in every movie during the 90s. I think that was part of, in order to hire the Screen Actors Guild for your movie, you had to have Michael Rooker have at least 2 lines in your movie if you wanted it released in the 1990s. Question number 2, Michael Rooker. That could be a whole round on him. He's been in so many movies. Number 2, what 2011 movie featured Liam Neeson fighting a pack of wolves in the snow? Was it the gray, the black, or the red? What 2011 movie featured Liam Neeson fighting a pack of wolves in the snow? Was that the gray, the black, or the red? This was in the midst of the Taken craze, the let's make Liam Neeson a badass phase of his career. So instead of fighting off kidnappers, he had to fight off wolves in this movie. What was the name of that one? Was it the gray, the black, or the red? I never really bought Liam Neeson as like the badass guy. Like, I'm sure he's a tough guy, and I'm sure he could probably beat the crap out of me, but I never bought him as like this invincible, just superhuman guy. I never bought that. All right, number 3. True or false, Bill Murray played a weatherman in the 2000 Nickelodeon movie Snow Day? True or false, Bill Murray played a weatherman in the 2000 Nickelodeon movie Snow Day? Question number 4. Who played a father killed in a car accident who came back to life as a snowman in 1998's Jack Frost? Was that Kevin Bacon, Michael Keaton, or John Travolta? who played a father killed in a car accident who came back to life as a snowman in 1998's Jack Frost? Is that Kevin Bacon, Michael Keaton, or John Travolta? Don't confuse this with the 1997 horror movie, also named Jack Frost, which was about a serial killer snowman. Hopefully, you've never seen that movie because it's terrible. This one is cute, but yeah, the horror movie version of Jack Frost is awful, and I think they made more than one of those. But this isn't the murdering snowman. This is the nice guy snowman who just wants to spend more time with his son. Very sweet. Was that Kevin Bacon, Michael Keaton, or John Travolta playing the non-murdering snowman? Question number 5. Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal starred in what 2004 apocalyptic action film about a superstorm hitting the United States? Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal starred in what 2004 apocalyptic action film about a superstorm hitting the United States? This sounds like a movie they should have saved for 2020. Bring on your superstorms. What is the name of that 2004 apocalyptic storm movie with Jake Gyllenhaal and Dennis Quaid? Bonus question time for the snow movie round for 2 points. When the gang falls asleep in the poppy field and it begins to snow in The Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for the fake snow? For 2 points, when the gang falls asleep in the poppy field and it begins to snow in The Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for the fake snow? This movie was on one of the stations last night, and I had it on for a little bit. And it occurred to me during the If I Had a Brain song the Scarecrow sings, when he says, or when Dorothy says the line about you could be another Lincoln, it dawned on me that this movie was made closer to the time Abraham Lincoln was alive and was the president of the United States than it is to today. That's insane when you think about it. That The Wizard of Oz was fewer years away from the end of the Civil War than it is from 2020. Pretty crazy stuff. The movie is 81 years old. All right, let's repeat these questions for you. Number 1, Sylvester Stallone stars as the mountain climber who becomes involved in the heist of a United States Treasury plane in what 1993 action movie? Number 2, what 2011 movie featured Liam Neeson fighting a pack of wolves in the snow? Was that The Gray, The Black, or The Red? Number 3, true or false, Bill Murray played a weatherman in the 2000 Nickelodeon movie called Snow Day. True or false, Bill Murray was the weatherman in Snow Day. Question 4, who played a father killed in a car accident who came back to life as a snowman in 1998's Jack Frost? Was that Kevin Bacon, Michael Keaton, or John Travolta? Number 5, Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal starred in what 2004 apocalyptic action movie about a superstorm hitting the United States. And the bonus question for 2 points. When the gang falls asleep in the poppy field and it begins to snow in the Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for fake snow? All right, I'll give you a moment to finalize those answers. Here I was looking at our upcoming theme nights. Usually Thursdays. It's Thursday night themes here at the Play at Home Trivia Nights. But the next 2 weeks, we got to bump them up to Wednesdays because of the Christmas and New Year's Eve holidays. So this Wednesday, the 23rd, just 3 nights from now, we're doing all Christmas trivia. That will be a fun night. Christmas trivia is always one of our biggest nights of the year, whether it's virtual or in person. This year, it's got to be virtual. Then the following week on the 30th, it will be our final trivia night at home with in 2020. So we will talk all about things in 2020. It will be our year in review trivia night on the 30th. Then we'll get back to it in January on Thursday nights. On the 7th, it will be all Arnold Schwarzenegger trivia. That should be a good one. Lots of fun stuff we could do with Arnold on the 7th, our first theme night of 2021. And you guys will get to hear my horrible Arnold Schwarzenegger impression throughout that night, I'm sure. Thursday the 14th, Oh Canada, will be our theme. And that's very appropriate considering that the NHL will be back in action the night before. January 13th, hockey returns, which is really, really nice. Oh Canada will talk all things Canadian on that night. You can bet your bottom dollar that there will be a all hockey round that night. That'll probably be the night we do another Letterkenny round, talk about some Canadian music, Canadian movies, all kinds of stuff. All Canada on the 14th. The 21st will be a Seinfeld night. People always ask for Seinfeld trivia, so we'll do an entire night dedicated to Seinfeld on the 21st. And on the 28th, we'll do another Star Wars night. We've done a couple of those in the past, but there's so much Star Wars stuff out there to ask about. So we will do another Star Wars theme night on the 28th. And then February, we'll put together some rounds. Hopefully by February, we'll only be doing our Thursday night themes again, and we'll be back to playing in person, but we'll see how that turns out. February, we'll definitely do another Jeopardy night. You guys like that. That was fun on Thursday night this past week. So we'll give that a couple of weeks off and then bring that back in early February. All right. Speaking about bringing back, let's bring back some answers for our snow movies. Here we go. Question 1. Mr. Stallone, what was the movie he was in as a mountain climber trying to rob a plane? Cliffhanger was the name of that movie. Cliffhanger. Number 2, what 2011 movie featured Liam Neeson punching some wolves? The Gray. The Gray is what we're looking at. Never saw that one, and I'm cool with that. Number 3, true or false? Bill Murray played a weatherman in 2000's Nickelodeon movie Snow Day. That is false. He played the weatherman in Groundhog Day, famously one of his best movies. It was his old Saturday Night Live buddy Chevy Chase who played the weatherman in Snow Day. Chevy Chase was in Snow Day. Number 4, who played a father killed in a car accident who came back to life as a snowman in 1998's Non-Murdering Jack Frost? That was Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's played just about everything in his life. He's played Batman. He's played a Birdman. He's played a Mr. Mom. He's played a snowman. He's played just about everything. A Beetlejuice. Very talented, that Michael Keaton guy. Number 5, Dennis Quaid and Jake Gyllenhaal starred in what 2004 apocalyptic action film about a superstorm hitting the United States? That movie was called The Day After Tomorrow. The Day After Tomorrow. And the bonus question for 2 points: when the gang falls asleep in the poppy field and it begins to snow in the Wizard of Oz, what harmful substance was used for fake snow? They used asbestos. Yeah, there you go. That's really good. I wonder if they got some hazard pay. Poor Judy Garland. We're gonna stick you for days on a small closed set with a bunch of drunken, horny little people, and then we're gonna sprinkle you with some asbestos later on. Yeah. Well, good thing that movie made her career, because she went through a lot to get through that filming. All right, so let's move on from snow days to before and after. This is a fun category. We've done this in person before. I'm not sure if we've done this on the play at home games or not. But if you're familiar with Wheel of Fortune, they use this a lot in their categories. They also do Jeopardy will do a category kind of like this. This is where you're going to get 2 clues, but you're going to form one answer with 2 separate answers, because there's one word that's going to link the 2 answers. So the last word of the first clue is going to be the first word of the second clue, and you kind of mash them together for one big answer. I do have an example for you. So this is how the round is played. The most famous clock in London and the star of Meet the Parents. That, of course, would be Big Ben Stiller. So that's how the round is played. The most famous clock in London and the star of Meet the Parents, Big Ben Stiller. So that's before and after. So we've got some fun little brain teasers for you, something a little different than just our normal question and answers for round 4. Let's get started. Before and after number 1. City Slickers star using a psychic's tool. City Slickers star using a psychic's tool. Okay, City Slickers star using a psychic's tool. What are we looking for on that one? Number 2, former Secretary of State and a Snap, Crackle, and Pop snack. Former Secretary of State and a Snap, Crackle, and Pop snack. Former Secretary of State and a Snap, Crackle, and Pop snack. Number 3, Have It Your Way, Hank and Peggy. Have It Your Way, Hank and Peggy. Have It Your Way, Hank and Peggy. Number 4, Bald Cleaning Product mascot and When You Win Everything. Number 4, Bald Cleaning Product and When You Win Everything. Number 4, bald cleaning product mascot, and when you win everything. Number 5, flying character in Super Mario Bros. 2 and where the gang hung out on 90210. Flying character in Super Mario Bros. 2 and where the gang hung out on 90210. In our bonus clue, this one's worth 2 points. TV show with the catchphrase "Suit Up" and nursery rhyme queen. TV show with the catchphrase "Suit Up" and nursery rhyme queen. All right, let's repeat these quick. Number 1, City Slicker stars using a psychic's tool. Psychic's tool. Number 2, former Secretary of State and a Snap, Crackle, and Pop snack. Number 3, Have It Your Way, Hank and Peggy. Have It Your Way, Hank and Peggy. Number 4, bald cleaning product mascot, and when you win everything. Number 5, flying character in Super Mario Bros. 2 and where the gang hung out on 90210. And the bonus for 2 points, TV show with the catchphrase "Suit Up" and nursery rhyme queen. All right, I'll give you guys a minute to finalize those answers. Here's a quick reminder that we do this 4 nights a week, our play at home trivia nights. So we'll be doing this again, actually only 3 nights this week. We'll be back Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday will be our Christmas trivia. No play at home trivia Thursday night because of Christmas Eve. So 2 more chances to play this week. Tuesday we'll do our normal game with some random categories. And then Wednesday, of course, will be all trivia. As always, you can play along on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Periscope. If you're over on Facebook, please make sure you like the Trivia Nights with Greg Facebook page. If you're playing on YouTube tonight, please subscribe to the channel while you're there. Therefore, you'll stay up to date and be notified every time we go live with a game. All right. Let's do our before and after answers. Number 1, City Slicker star using a psychic's tool. That would be a Billy crystal ball. Billy Crystal Ball. Number 2, former Secretary of State and a Snap, Crackle, and Pop snack. This might be the favorite one of the round for me. This is a Condoleezza Rice Krispie treat. Condoleezza Rice Krispie treat. I like that. That's fun. Number 3, have it your way, Hank and Peggy. That would be Burger King of the Hill. Burger King of the Hill is number 3. Number 4, bald cleaning product mascot, and when you win everything, that would be a Mr. Clean Sweep. Mr. Clean Sweep. Number 5, flying character in Super Mario Bros. 2 and where the gang hung out on 90210. That would be Princess Peach Pit. Princess Peach Pit. Not sure I'd ever eat anything at a place called the Peach Pit, but when you're in Beverly Hills, you do just about anything. And the bonus for 2 points. TV show with the catchphrase "Suit Up" and nursery rhyme queen. That would be How I Met Your Mother Goose. How I Met Your Mother Goose. That was the 2-point question. So that wraps up our fun little before and after round. There are tons of these to do. So if you guys like this round, we can definitely make this a more regular occurrence. And if you hated it, we don't ever have to do it again. General trivia, let's do it. Final round of the evening. Let's figure out who our big winner is going to be tonight. I'm going to ask you 6 random questions. You are going to hopefully come up with the 6 very specific answers I'm looking for. At the end of this round, you're going to add up the scores from all 5 of your rounds, put your final score nice and big on your score sheet, and then take a picture of it and send it to me on Facebook Messenger to either the Trivia Nights with Greg account or my personal account. Doesn't matter which one. If you're playing on Periscope, you can send that in a Twitter message. Or if you're on YouTube, just post your numerical score in the comments, unless you have Facebook or Twitter access, and get me the picture that way. All right, here we go. General trivia, final round of the night. Let's get through these quickly. Since 1873, Sauza, is that how you pronounce that? Sauza is a brand that makes primarily what type of liquor? What spirit does the Sauza brand famous for? Since 1873, Sauza is a brand that makes primarily what type of liquor? Number 2, what city is known as the biggest little city in the world? What city is known as the biggest little city in the world? What city is known as the biggest little city in the world? Number 3, who played a young Lando Calrissian in the standalone Star Wars movie Solo? Who played a young Lando Calrissian in the standalone Star Wars movie Solo? And I believe he's coming back to do the role again in a Disney Plus series about Lando. That should be fun. You know, the Solo movie got a bad rap. A lot of people that just live their lives to complain about things bitched about that movie, and I think it ruined it scared off Star Wars execs. It still made good money. It was a fun movie. I like the Solo movie. I mean, yeah, it's not Harrison Ford, but it's not going to be Harrison Ford when you're talking about a 20-year-old Han Solo. It was a fun movie. was a fun movie. I enjoyed it. It entertained me. That's why you go see movies, to be entertained. Lighten up, nerds. It's just a movie. Number 4. What company's logo is purple and orange and contains a hidden arrow within its font? What company's logo is purple and orange and contains a hidden arrow within its font? Question number 5, general trivia. What Ohio city holds an annual race called the Running of the Wieners? What Ohio city holds an annual race called the Running of the Wieners? It's a wiener dog race. Get your minds out of the gutter. What Ohio city holds the annual race called the Running of the Wieners? Question, the bonus question. Hey, it's the final question of the night. We've made it to the end of our trivial journey. For 2 points, a fork and a half pin are terms used in which activity? For 2 points, a fork and a half pin are terms used in what activity? What are you doing if you are using the term fork and half pin? All right, let's repeat these questions for you real quick. Here we go. Number 1, since 1873, Sauza is a brand that makes primarily what type of liquor? What spirit is associated with the Sauza brand? Number 2, what city is known as the biggest little city in the world? The entire world. Biggest little city in the world. What city are you in if you're in such a town? Number 3, who played a young Lando Calrissian in the standalone Star Wars movie that gets a bad rap, Solo? Number 4, what company's logo is purple and orange and contains a hidden arrow within its font? What company's logo is purple and orange and contains a hidden arrow within its font? Number 5, what Ohio city holds an annual race called the Running of the Wieners? Who runs the Wieners in Ohio? And the bonus question for 2 points, a fork and a half pin are terms associated with what activity? A fork and a half pin is associated with what activity? All right, I'm going to give you a minute to finalize those answers for me. Don't forget, you guys are going to be sending me your final scores as soon as I reveal the answers to you real quick. Again, if you'd like to send a tip for having fun tonight, there is the Venmo and PayPal information for you. If not, you can head over to the Hockey Writers and start clicking away on those. Start studying for that January 14th O Canada Night. You can bet there's going to be plenty of hockey questions on Canada Night. But get up to date. The season, it's going to be starting soon, announced today, just a couple of hours ago. The 56-game regular season will start on January 13th. So head over to the Hockey Writers and stay up to date. Follow me on Twitter. You'll get all my Blackhawks live tweets and information, links to news. And if and when there's an AHL season this year, I'll be covering the Central Division or whatever the heck division the Ice Hogs and Wolves will be in this year. All right, let's do it. General trivia, final round. Let's see our answers. Since 1873, Sauza is a brand that makes primarily tequila. Tequila is what we're looking for question number 1. Number 2, what city is known as the biggest little city in the world, or as I like to call it, a poor man's Las Vegas? Reno, Nevada. Reno, Nevada is the answer to number 2. Number 3, who played a young Lando Calrissian in the standalone movie Solo? That would be the very talented Donald Glover. Donald Glover, big fan of his, both as an actor and a musician. Good stuff from Mr. Glover. Number 4, what company's logo is purple and orange and contains a hidden arrow within its font? We're talking about FedEx. FedEx. You can almost see the arrow right there between the E and the X. Very nice marketing by that group there at the FedEx building. Number 5, what Ohio city holds an annual race called the Running of the Wieners? That'd be Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Hopefully the Wiener Dogs don't have to run anywhere near a Skyline chili, just in case. You never know what they put in that horrible food. Ugh, Skyline chili, the worst chili I've ever eaten in my life. Bonus question for 2 points, a fork and a half pin. They are terms that are used in chess. The fork and the half pin. If you know what you're doing in chess, you can use one of those maneuvers. All right, that's the end of that. That's the end of the questions and the answers. We're going to stop sharing that screen there, and I'm going to get back in full screen mode and check you guys out. I can turn this off now and start sending me those scores. Let's see who our big Sunday night winner is tonight. Send those to me on Facebook Messenger if that's where you're playing. It looks like that's where most of you are playing. If you're playing on YouTube, I see a couple on YouTube. Go ahead and you could just post your number in the comments on YouTube. But if you have Facebook access, go ahead and send me that on Messenger. That would be the easiest way to do it. All right, let's figure out who our big winners are on this Sunday night. A nice quiet evening in Trivia Land. Not a big group tonight, but that's all right. We don't need to have a big group to have fun. Let everybody know, though, Wednesday night Christmas trivia. That should be a fun night. Get your friends and family to join in on that night. All right, we have Team Rios, Joey, and Anna. Thank you guys, as always. Another good score from you guys. And then we have the Goonies, the Walshes. Thank you, as always. I always appreciate your support, both online and in Edison Park. We have Rico and the Twins. Welcome back, guys. I have your score. Thank you. All righty, let's move back over here, see what we got going on. We have JK squared. I have your score. Thank you, Jen. And Cheddar. Hello, Cheddar. I know you're watching along. Hopefully you didn't fall asleep. We have ST, No D, Stacy, and Tracy. Thank you, ladies, as always. I appreciate you playing along and the artwork. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Let me double check. Check over on Twitter, make sure there's nobody checking in from over there. Doesn't look like it. I don't see anything in the comments here. All right. Nothing there. Nothing there. All right. Let's get our scores lined up here. All right, give me a second. Let me put these into our... Sorry about that. Went black for a second there. The camera moved the computer a tiny bit and the camera unplugged itself. But we're back in business. Let me get these scores in the top 5 banners real fast. We're going to send you guys on your way. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. All right. And we got 4th place. That would be you guys. Whoops. And then we go over here. Alrighty. So let's do our top 5 for this evening. I think we got all the scores we're going to get. In 5th place with 35 points, ST, No D, Stacy, and Tracy. Thank you again, as always, for playing along. Nicely done. And in 4th place, just ahead of you guys, beat you by 1 point, Jen and Justin JK squared. That's a pretty good showing. That's one of your better efforts. Way to go, guys. I bet you it was all cheddar on the snow movie round. That's actually, it's 4th place, but it's our runner-up tonight because we actually have a 3-way tie for 1st place. I think this has happened maybe once before. I vaguely remember a 3-way tie, but 3-way tie, 39 points, Team Rios, the Goonies, and Rico and the Twins. You guys all tied tonight. So you guys get to split tonight's big prize of 48 hours worth of bragging rights. Split it evenly amongst you. Equal shares. You guys are all our winners tonight with 39 points. Nicely done, everybody. Thank you all for joining me on this Sunday night. We're going to be back at it Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Through the same outlets, Facebook, Periscope, YouTube. Hopefully you guys will be back and bring some more trivia friends along with you. Don't forget, Wednesday night is Christmas trivia night. That will be a fun night. Let's fill it up with some players and maybe break a record for most teams in one night. That's my goal. All right, so until Tuesday night, please be smart and responsible, be kind and safe, be good to yourselves, be good to one another. And we'll meet you back here Tuesday night. Keep your eyes peeled on the Facebook page and Twitter for those categories on Tuesday morning. Take care, everybody. We'll see you Tuesday night.